Okay, so yesterday it just occurred to me that the name Nolan BUSHnell, of course he's a Bush, he's Jewish, what a surprise. It's always the businessman behind everything new, just happened to be Jewish. Yeah, the people who make the money out of the new trends, whatever it is, whether it's BMXing, video games, you name it. Just happens to be that they're right there. It's only Bush, he's a Bush. But there's more. I mean, look, what they don't tell you is that he was an employee of Time Warner, just like Alex Jones, the mega Zionist shill, is now. Time Warner. He was the businessman, yeah, the Jewish businessman in charge of Time Warner. Sorry, not Time Warner, in charge of Atari, basically a subsidiary of Time Warner. Okay, so let's right, there's your Space War, Soylent Green. This kind of explains it. It was my job to extract the most dollars from those white people while helping them have a good time. It was his job, do you understand? He was an employee of Time Warner, and I'll show you that he was. I'll show you in a minute. But firstly, let's get back to that name, Nolan BUSHnell, right? The Bush presidents, right? They're all Jewish. It's a German Jewish surname, spelt with just B-U-S-H or B-U-S-H-E. I've seen it spelled with E as well in the other list of German Jewish surnames. Here's a whole page of them, and there's an interesting one here. Where are we? It's Cadbury. Yeah, Helen Cadbury Bush. You see, Cadbury's chocolate. There. Matthias, son of Solomon Bush, Nathan Bush, etc., etc. All right, so David Bush. See, this is David and Goliath. So, guaranteed Bush Jewish surname, but Nolan is also a Jewish surname and first name. And if you doubt that, well, of course you've got Christopher Nolan, right? The sexual proclivities of the lodge being shown there. And then you've got the Nolans. You know, people don't just make it big on the Zionist media just because they've got talent. No. You've got to be a Nolan, right? And it's worth going into this Irish connection again, the Neesons and the Gleesons. Well, worth going into that origin. And the red hair and the link with the Khazar Turks. Anyway, there you go. Just in case you doubt about the name Nolan. Nolan's bar mitzvah. There you go. So, Nolan BUSHnell. Bush, right? Jewish. Okay. So, there's more. There's a lot more, of course. Well, let's now there's Ralph H. Baer. I think he released the Magnavox just slightly before the Atari. German Jewish guy, of course. Well, you know, of course. Son of Lottie Kirschbaum. That's Cherry Tree. Yep. And Leo Baer. Bauer. Jack Bauer from, you know, what's it called? 24. Anyway, so there you go. So Jewish again. I got nothing against this guy though. Right, now what else? Let's move on. Let's go. Yeah. Now we've got Ray Kassar. Okay, he's a Khazar. That's another name you've got to look at hard because you've got the Kagan, the Beck in their surnames, and Kassar. He's a Khazar. Now this guy, piece of crap he was, I'm sorry to say it, Tel Aviv, but he was. Here, I'll show you why. Now firstly, here you look, Ray Kassar was hired in February 1978 as president of Atari Inc.'s consumer division by Warner Communications. That's very big, right? So, Nolan BUSHnell left the company after a dispute with Warner over the future of Atari Inc. and Kassar became the CEO. Do you understand? Bushnell left the company after a dispute with Warner. His real owners, his real employers, Time Warner, David Warner, Warner Brothers, right? So Atari, it was just a brand of Warner Communications. And Kassar, Ray Kassar, Turkish Kassar, was appointed to go in after him. And he didn't know a damn thing about video games and how to look after people. He said to David Crane, the famous Pitfall programmer, who again I've got nothing against, he said, "You are more important to that game than the guy on the assembly line who puts it together." I mean, oh dear. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. David Crane is a programmer, you know, he's several thousand times higher up. And this guy cared about quality as well. Okay. Very interesting that Mr. Pitfall is holding up 11:11, and it says the human clock turn on the 2012 news. The clock towards 11:11 seems to know about it, doesn't he? This Jewish guy here with the beard and glasses and the red mane. But anyway, like I say, I haven't got much against this guy. He's one of the pioneers, programmers of the Atari games, and one that actually cared about quality. And he even warned them. He said that, you know, if you don't care about the quality of your games, it's all going to crash. And it did in 1983. Because Ray Kassar caused him and some other programmers to leave, having said that you are no more important to that game than the guy on the assembly line. And this is after David Crane and other programmers asked for more money. I mean, they were making billions. During the Kassar years, Atari Inc. sales grew from 75 million to over 2.2 billion, thanks to programmers like David Crane. Now, he was just paid a small wage, and he asked for more, and he just got the answer that you're nothing. No, that's very. I'm sorry, it's very Jewish. I'm sorry, it is. Tel Aviv, if you're watching this, you know, truth is truth. So, yeah, David Crane went off and formed Activision, right? With other Jewish guys of Jim Levy, Bob Whitehead, I don't know, Larry Kaplan, of course. And there he is, David Crane. And so he started up. He then co-founded Absolute Entertainment with Gary Kitchen. Well, he will have been another member of the. It's all. This is what I'm saying to you. It's all Kassar, Ray Kassar, Jewish. The whole thing. And of course they used the Japanese expertise in video game programming. Of course the Americans never, to this day, haven't been able to do what the Japanese can do. That's why I only play Japanese shoot 'em up games. And one of these Time Warner employees was Steve Jobs. You can't get more Jewish than that. Right? He went off and did the old original sin apple from the Garden of Eden with the gay rainbow inside. Ah, yes. So he was one of them as well. Selling his first computer, as we know, for $666. I mean, the level of, what can I say, mockery of the public is incredible. And he formed it with Steve Wozniak. I mean, handsome looking Kassar there, eh? Again, wearing satanic pure black like they always do. So, yeah, I'll I'll leave that one there. So, again, what I'm trying to show you is this. It's that Time Warner thing, isn't it? Time Warner behind everything. So they were just employees of Time Warner. That's all they were. Jewish employees of Time Warner. Just like Alex Jones now, huh? Super shill. I mean, if you see anyone on the media at all, well, they're a shill. Everyone on the media is Jewish or half Jewish. Everyone, and they're all shills. Doesn't matter if they're actors, actresses, presenters, comedians, whoever appears on the media at all is a Zionist shill. And the level of nepotism is just incredible. They just look after themselves, these Phoenicians, these merchants, these traders. Merchant of Venice with his pound of flesh.